Hey folks, thanks for joining us on this episode with Vertical Descent Outdoors. We're Feather Ridge Hunting Club and I'm Eric Krause.
And I'm Pat McAdams. And on this week's episode, we put together some great Tennessee deer hunts for you.
On this first hunt, Pat's on the camera filming a Tennessee archery hunt with one of our longtime friends and good bow hunter, Mr. Greg Hopper.
Knowing Greg and his hunting experience, there's no way we can pass up the opportunity to go hunting with him. He called, said he'd been on a big old buck, had several trail cam pics, so to say we were excited was an understatement. He's got the rep of being a real good mature buck hunter, so we knew we had a good chance of getting on a nice buck. So if you enjoy seeing big Tennessee bucks, you're going to really enjoy this first hunt.
As usual on the afternoon bow hunt, action starts taking place right before dark. This old boy right here slipped in. We didn't even know he was anywhere around until I happened to hear an acorn crunch. And there he was. Never made a sound. Bad part about it is, Greg has to get stood up and turned all the way around before he can even make a shot. You think this old boy ain't slick? Just watch his reaction as Greg bumps his stand while getting in position for the shot. so dark. It was a hard shot. It was tough, wasn't it? That sucker slipped right in on us, boy. I never heard him till I turned around. He was right there. I think I hit him in the shoulder. It sounded like a pop. Damn. I kind of had to shoot to the left of that bush. Yeah. I think I got a little far to the left. But behind this good. Yeah. Man, if he'd have just turned and walked right up through there, man. He smelled a rat. Yeah. Yeah. I think when I bumped this stand with my bow, he's pretty nice, dude. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'd have shot him. That's what I go for right there.
Well, after watching video footage back and searching for this deer for a couple of hours, you know, we wasn't really feeling too good about it. We backed on out. Greg came back the next day and brought our buddy Stan with him to help look for it, but they didn't have any luck. So that just goes to show you, it don't matter how good you are at shooting or how long you've been hunting, it's subject to happen at any time when you're hunting. Just some things are out of our control. But luckily, Greg got some trail cam pics of this buck later on in the season after the rut. So we're looking forward to getting back in the woods at a later date and maybe try this big buck again.
On this next hunt, we're gonna switch gears. Pat's on the camera again filming his dad, Mr. Warren McAdams. There's a lot of buck sign going on around this bean field. Pre-rut has just started. There's scrapes, rubs everywhere. They are pumped to get in the woods. They got their stand in the right location. So sit back and watch Mr. Warren as he takes a big Tennessee buck.
We come back over here to the bean field where I killed that 9-point buck with a muzzle loader. There's been a buck hitting some scrapes down here along the edge of the field. So we're gonna try it in here this morning and see what we can do. He come out right over here, and when he first come out, I couldn't even tell he was a buck looking at his rag. I kept looking at it, and finally the sun hit on it, and I said, well, he ain't very big, I'm gonna let him walk. And he got on out in the field, and that sun hit that rag, and I said, no, he ain't walking. I'm gonna try that one.
Well, I guess let's get our stuff together and see if we can round him up.
Yeah, the fun part starts now. $135 yards back to the stand. That ain't a bad shot. $7 points. Nice little 7 points. Younger than I thought he was when I first saw him. Still, that's a nice buck. Nice buck. 135 yard shot. 308 Marlin lever action. Don't get no better than that. Lord's blessed us with another buck and another wonderful day. Another day in the woods with Pat. Got him loaded up, ready to get out of here, get him took care of.
Well, the old man pulled off a heck of a shot on that buck, be free-handed.
I don't think there'd be much tracking with that deer.
No, we walked right to it. Wasn't much tracking at all.
On this next hunt, Pat films himself, and he's found a big buck on the edge of this draw by the pasture. That was a pretty good buck, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a nice buck. I'd shoot him all day like that. Everything just worked out perfect, you know. It don't always work that way when you're trying to run the camera and shoot too. Just so happened it gave me enough time to get the camera around. I'm sure I was shaking all over trying to get a shot.
Looked a little nervous to me.
Yeah, but it worked out. So y'all check it out. We hope you like it as much as we did making it.
Folks, yesterday it was raining real hard. I hunted in the lower field. Saw 3 does. Been seeing a lot of does and small bucks. And I've noticed that they've wanted to be hanging out in this thicket between the lower field where I've been hunting and this top field up here. So yesterday when the rain quit, I made a little loop through this little break between these 2 pastures. Found some really good buck sign. Big rubs, scrapes, and I figure this morning they'll be coming through here to freshen up them scrapes, check their sign. But it's bound to be a pretty good buck because there's a big old rub over in that thicket. But it's real cold this morning. 27 degrees, winds out of west, perfect wind hitting us right in the face. So we're gonna do a little bit of calling, a little bit of rattling, and just see what happens. Maybe old boy will show up after all that rain we got. folks, that ain't gonna be much. I hit the dadgum grunt call, and that sucker come running. I could not get on that joker with a camera. I'm tore up. It's a pretty good buck. He come right around the tree line, got over here, and of course he come out behind me where I couldn't do too good. Had the free hand, but I put him down. Anyhow, I'm gonna get down and check him out. He looked like a pretty good one.
Folks, if you'll hold out, you can end up with something like this. This is it's a pretty good buck for this area right here. He's a 12 pointer, mainframe 8. He's got a split G2, about 3 kickers off the brow. And this morning it was real cold and wind was going to be right, so I decided to come up here at this top field and did a little bit of grunting. This old big boy run out, had his nose on the ground. Evidently a hot doe been through here because he was chasing her around. I like not got him stopped, but he finally stopped and gave me a shot. And I'm gonna tell you, I am tickled. 12 pointer. I've killed bigger deer as far as size, but I've never killed nothing over a 9 point. This has got 12 points, so I'm very, very tickled. Dang, Krause, that was some killer Tennessee deer hunts right there, buddy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, I was on the edge of my seat. We'd like to give a special thanks to David King and Mark Thompson for the opportunity for Pat and I to showcase our footage, and we hope that you tune in to next week's episode of Vertical Descent Outdoors.